केसरी वेदांताचार्यवज्य मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः. Humble Dandavat pranams to all the Bhagavatas. Kindly excuse me for the delay due to some technical problem in my cell phone. Today we will see some points about Padha Sevanam Bhakti. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padha Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Padha Sevanam very simply literally means Sevanam means serving. Especially Padha Sevanam means shampooing the feet, lotus feet. Generally, in our Sampradaya, we say that I am Andavan Tiruvadi, I am Ayigishinga Tiruvadi, I am Parakara Swami Tiruvadi, I am Kodiyalam Swami Tiruvadi, I am Garudaparam Swami Tiruvadi. Like that we say. Tiruvadi means what? Disciple. Not physically, it doesn't mean that lotus feet. And everybody cannot shampoo the feet, right? Shampooing the feet is Padha Sevanam. So literally it means that. It doesn't mean that everyone should, of course they can if they have the privilege. Everyone cannot shampoo the feet, everyone cannot touch the feet of the Acharya. Anyway, it means service. Personally doing service to the spiritual teacher or Perumal or Guru, whoever is, Arya Bhagavata. Symbolic way, right? We say touching the lotus feet or shampooing the lotus feet, right? So it means it's nothing but a devotional service. It's very, very important. See, you can see, in Tirupar-Kadal, the Milky Ocean, Mahalakshmi stamping the lotus feet of the Lord, generally, Padha Sevanam. And Padha also means a measure, right? It's in the Purusha Suktam, say Padha means what? Tripad Vibhuti. You say Padha means an aspect. Sivaikuntam is a Tripad Vibhuti. So, in a general sense, we say Tripad Vibhuti, Sivaikuntam is something like 75% and 25% is this Leela Vibhuti. It's not exactly the measure, something like you cannot say in a percentage, but to make us understand. Now, how can we imagine Vaikuntha? See, Ramanuja says nobody has the power to even imagine how Vaikuntha will be. Who? Sanaka Sanandana, etc., Shiva or Indra or Brahma, they can't even think of the dimensions of the Bhoga in a Vaikuntha. Sanaka Vidhi Shiva Di Birapi Achintya Swabhava Aishwarjaihi. Ramanuja says. So we can't even imagine. But Veda Tri Nipada Pichakrame. So what does Veda say? What does it mean? Just to give an idea that Trivikrama can, run very freely. Trivikrama can run very freely in Sivaikuntha. So just imagine the measure of Vaikuntha, with the dimension of Vaikuntha. And the Swabhava or the Aishwarya, the Bhoga, nobody can even think of. And that Aishwaryam, that Anubhavam is meant only for us. Vaigundam Pugavadu Mandavari Vidiye. It's our house, our home, our father's home. And it rightfully belongs to us. And that's what the Lord wants us to come back to Vaikuntham. But we have been dodging him in the most intelligent manner. Today or tomorrow, I'll come tomorrow, I'll come day after. We have done Bharanyasam, why don't you come to me? Perumal says, no, my great-grandson is there, grandson is there, granddaughter is there, I want to see the marriage. This is how we have been dodging. Indro Nalayo Vendru Nagai Indrani. The Lord says, are you coming today? No, I'll come tomorrow. Perumal is laughing. See, you have got infinite bliss there. You don't know even the trace of that bliss. Nobody can even think of it. Such a wonderful bliss. I want to keep you in Anandam, but you find pleasure in this world. What can I do? So, Padha, coming back to the word Padha. Padha means an aspect. So here Pada also means the lotus feet of the Lord. So that means what? Offering all our actions at the lotus feet of the Lord. That is also Pada Seva. It's a beautiful way of expressing service in Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam. We say, I am the lotus feet of so and so. What does it mean? We are supposed to do service to our acharyas, right? I am on down Thirude, I am Aishinga Thirude. It means very clearly that I have to do service, to the acharya. Manasa, vacha, karmana, thought, word and deed. At least we can sit at our place and then chant the Thaniyan of our acharyas. Right? So that's what it means. Padha Sevanam, the divine service, devotional service. So offering all our actions at the lotus feet of the Lord. It's a beautiful sampradaya. Ramanuja says that in every action you do, only for the pleasure of the Lord. Only to please the lotus feet of the Lord. So lotus feet also means Yo Nityam Achyuta Padambuja Yugmarugma Vyamota, our acharyas. Our acharyas, the only goal of our acharyas is to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. Yugmarugma Vyamota Tadidara Nitranayamini. What is wealth for Ramanuja? What did he consider as wealth? Only one thing. Service, devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord. Achyuta Padambuja Yugmarugma Vyamota. Such a divine love, passion. Vyamohata Tadidara Nitrana. The rest are all dust for him. Nothing is comparable to service, devotional service to the feet of the Lord, Padha Sevanam. That is why Ramanuja Sampradaya is living even now, in spite of all the onslaughts from various religions, from various parties. To this day, it's surviving only because Ramanuja's intention, Ramanujacharya's intention was only to please the Lord by doing devotional service to the Lord, by becoming feet of the Lord. Doing service to the lotus feet of the Lord. Lotus feet of the Lord means what? By serving the acharyas. Because Shadagopa is the lotus feet of the Lord, so we get Shadagopa, right? Acharya is none other than the lotus feet of the Lord. So it means acharyas are lotus feet of the Lord. Padha Sevana means service to Advar, service to Acharya, service to one's own Guru, who considers himself as a dust at the lotus feet of the Lord, right? All our acharyas unequivocally declare that they are Tondaradipodi. What a beautiful name, right? Can you coin this word anywhere in the universe? You cannot find such a word, Tondaradipodi. Britya Britya Paricharaka Britya Brityasya Britya Itimam Smaranokanata. We consider ourselves as the dust in the lotus feet of the Lord. Lotus feet of the Lord's devotees. Lord's devotees. Tondar Tam. Tondan Shadagopan. Chullajirottalipattum. Yasaptavarba Vyavadana Tungam. Seshat Prakashtam Abhajan Murarihi. Vedanta Deshika in Padhakasas. He starts with the Padhakasasam itself is Santa Sri Ranga Prithvicha Sharanatrana Jayakaraha Jayanti Bhavanatrana Padapankajarenava. My humble pranams unto the lotus feet of all the devotees, whose lotus feet, the dust of whose lotus feet purifies this whole universe. The devotees of Lord Ranganatha. The devotees of Lord Ranganatha Padka. The devotees who consider themselves as Padapankajarenavaha, the dust of the lotus feet of the devotees, they purify this universe. Now, we should be very proud to call ourselves as Manavas, because we are born on this earth where saints have given their dust. Right? We are very fortunate to be born here. Born in this universe rather, because this whole universe has been measured By Lord Trivikrama, to this day you can find the dust in the whole universe, entire universe. Right? Ungi Varagadanda Uttaman. Why Uttaman? He kept his lotus feet on every living entity in spite of, in spite of all their karma. Once famous Shamadan was telling me casually, நமக்கெல்லாம் அடிபட்டாதான்டா புத்தி வரும். I was wondering why Andavan is saying famous company Andavan. Yes, he said, he quoted, Kada Puna Shankara Tanga Kalpaka Dvaja Ravindankucha Vajra. He quotes this. Trivikrama Tvacharanambuja Tvayam Madiyam Urdhanamaram Karishyati. அளவந்தார் சொல்றாருடா, அடிப்பட்டாதான் புத்தி வரும். பெருமாளுடைய திருவடி பட்டாதான் நமக்கு. Kada Punaha. When will you keep your lotus feet on my head again? And Perumal asked Alavandar, sir, how do you know that I didn't keep my lotus feet on your head? Alavandar said, if you have kept your lotus feet on my head, why am I suffering in this universe now? I should have been with you in Vaikuntha doing devotional service at your lotus feet, right? Again he says, Alavandar says, oh, no. Don't give me the birth of Brahma. Don't make me Brahma or Indra or Shiva or Kubera. Don't make me a god or a demigod. Don't make me one of the gods in 33 crore, Mupattu Mover. Don't give me those posts. Those are all nothing but, it's also a sin to be born like that. Perumal said, what do you want then? I want to be born as a worm in the stool of a Bhagavata. I want to be born as a worm, W-O-R-M, in the drainage of devotees, yes, Sri Vaishnava's house. Bhavaneshvatvapi kita janmame itara vasateshu masmabhu apime janma chaturmukatmana. Don't cheat me by giving the birth of a Brahma or Indra or Shiva. Don't make me Ayyappa. Don't make me Sai Baba. Don't make me Sam Baba. Don't make me some spiritual guru and put me in the hell. Make me a worm, W-O-R-M, in the stool, in the drainage of a devotee. Bhavane Swastabhikita Janmami. Why? Association, being associated with a Sri Vaishnava and serving his lotus feet is Uddharakam. He is the supreme. He is the supreme reason. That gives you supreme pleasure, right? What a beautiful Sampradaya. Ramaya Sampradaya says, how we address, no? Adiyen Dasan. Dasan it means I am ready to do your Padha Seva. That's the idea. Adiyen Dasan means I am your servant. Even after 1,000 years, this word is there. That is because of Bhagavat Ramanuja's potency in this word. Dasasaka, Dasaha. So, and Perumal becomes a devotee, becomes a servant to those who serve the devotees. Dasesha Satyayiti Dharayana Madiyam Devanaya Pancha. Perumal's name, you know what is the name of the Perumal? Dasa Satyan. He cannot hide himself before a Dasa, before an humble servant who serves the lotus feet of the devotee. Rama had to reveal his full form as Narayana, Shankha Chakra, to Tara, to Mandodari. Why? Pure, chaste women cannot hide himself, Perumal. He had to give as the Supreme Lord. He cannot hide himself in the devotees. So, Dasesha Satya. Perumal gives himself completely to those who serve the devotees. Very simple. That is the last commandment of Ramanuja, right? Ramanujacharya's last commandment. What is the last commandment? Just to do devotional service, just to reside beside the house, near the house of a devotee. That's enough. You are an ordinary thread and the devotee is like a flower. Automatically you will get the fragrance of the flower if you are just nearby. That's enough. Bhagavadan Sri Vaishnavan Tiruvadi Nidalil Udingi Vartithal. That is the last comment. That's what we can do. This is what is the command we have been following, right? We are in this group, so many Vaishnavas here, so many devotees here, and we have been linked in the form of a garland, and we form a garland to the Lord. And the Lord wears us, Lord takes us with all pleasure. It's a beautiful garland of all the devotees present here, and then it wears on his neck. How do we know that? Only through our experience. Only through the experience. It cannot be expressed in words. That is what is Padha Seva. And Sevanam also means bhajanam. Bhajad Sevaya. Sevanam doesn't mean that simply chanting bhajans or Sotrapadam, Mahasahasranam. Even physically, if possible. Manasa Vacha Karmana. So, whatever way you can do. Dhanena cha, you can, through money. Once I was asking somebody, devotee, is it not a sin to demand money? For example, you give a lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days and then you ask for 1 lakh rupees. Or some upanyasam say that, what the devotee says, be happy that people are there to give 1 lakhs of rupees. And they revere, they respect. That's why they are giving. Be happy in Kali Yuga, even there are people who are giving lakhs of rupees. To those who do bhajans. So bhaja sevaya. Bhaja means not just singing Nama Sankirtan, it also means seva. So Padha Sevanam. So Padha Seva in a wider sense is not just shampooing the feet of the Guru or Bhagavatas as generally understood in devotional parlance, right? In the devotional circle. So it gives a wider implication, right? That doing whatever service that is possible. And thereby we become Priti Patra, we become eligible to get the pleasure of the Lord, to receive the blessings of the Lord. And Prahlada says, that's how we started, right? Sevanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Paranam, Padha Sevanam. We are in Padha Sevanam now. Right. Padha Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmani Vedam, right? Prahlada says, it is the source of all happiness. What? Devotional service. Deva, Suro, Manushya. It is only through the service to the feet of the Perumal, to feet of Lord Sriman Narayana, that all the beings, whether they are Devatas, whether Asuras, Deva, Asuro, Manushya, men, Yakshova, Yaksha, or Gandharva. Then what do they get? They get permanent bliss. Bhajan Mukunda Charanam, one who does devotional service to the lotus feet of Mukunda. Swastiman Syadhyatha Vayam. This is, Prahlada says, this is my experience. Who says it's my experience? Only through devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord and his devotees, you can get bliss. Prahlada says, at the age of 7-year-old boy. Because he experienced it. There is no other way. The only way to attain bliss, the easiest way to attain bliss is to do devotional service to Bhagavata. Anyway, you can just give a lift to a Bhagavata, you go into the temple. You can clean the temple, you can wash the temple, you can broom the temple, you can clean the house of a Vaishnava without his knowledge. So, Prahlada is my experience. Vad yatha vayam. हमें पता है. So, Lakshmi is, no, Lakshmi also says the same thing. Mahalakshmi also says. You want a Lakshmi Kadaksam, Lakshmi, see, let us see what does Lakshmi say. Brahma or other devatas, they go beyond, they run behind material gains, and they do terrible austerities, terrible tapasya. Ravana or Kumbhakarna or to that matter, Hiranyakashipu, they did terrible tapasya, right? The Asuras are well known for their disciplined tapasya. Unfortunately, they do it in the wrong way. There are many asuric prakritis, they work like hell 10-hour office work, they will be doing 14-hour office work, forgetting about their house or temple or devotion, whatever it is. Right? Like asura, they will be doing. Right? To get material benefit, just a promotion, just a rise in the income, whatever it is. Even the Brahma himself, right? So they all do terrible tapasya to attain me. Maharashmi is saying this. Lakshmi says this. Matpraptaye, to attain me. That means to get Lakshmi kata, to get money. Padma bhavadayaha, Brahma, etc. Brahma, etc. Prabhu, O Lord, O Vishnu, O Narayana. Tapyanta ugram tapa aindriyedhya. Ugram tapas. It was very severe, terrible penance to attain me. But I will not go to those people because I will not stay with them permanently because they are not devoted to your feet. Everybody wants me. Everybody wants Lakshmi, not Narayana. That is the problem. Everybody wants Lakshmi. But they don't want Narayana. That's the problem. So they are like Ravana. Anybody who says, I want only Lakshmi but not Narayana, he is a Ravana. And anybody says, I want only Narayana, not Lakshmi, he is Surpanaka, right? In Mituname Namak Uddeshyam Vedanta Desh. And so, unless they are devoted to your lotus feet, Lakshmi is saying, O Narayana, they cannot win my favor permanently. I will not stay with them permanently. Right? Because my heart is always offered to you. Rite bhavat pada parayana namam vindanti aham. Svad hridaya yatojita. Right? Because I have offered myself to you. I have offered myself to your lotus feet. Unless until they dedicate themselves to you. In other words, well, until they do Sharanagati to you, they cannot get Lakshmi Kataksha. This is what Maharashmi herself says. And Brahma himself says about Father Sevanam. Oh, some great sages, they do dhyana and then they are able to observe you through their meditation. They are able to see you in their meditation. They are able to see you in their minds, in their hearts, through their dhyana, and they get moksha also, right? But there are others who do simple devotional service, the path prescribed by none other than, Narada, right? So, we have to very clearly understand they also can get liberation by following a very simple path. What they have to do? Brahma is saying this. They have to do Sharanagati at your lotus feet. When they do Sharanagati, when they surrender themselves at your lotus feet, then automatically they will cross the ocean of samsara, and it is a very easy process. Brahma is saying this. Great Maharshis, they absorb their mind. They absorb you in their mind. Severe penance. And they attain liberation. Same thing can be obtained very simply, very easily by surrendering to your lotus feet. Sharanam Sharanam Prabhu. This is what is Dvayam, right? The essence of Dvayam, Brahma is saying this. Tvayam Bhujaksha Akila Satvadhamni Samadhina Aveshita Chetasaike Tatpadapotena. Your lotus feet is a boat, a ship, by which one can very easily cross samsara, the ocean of samsara. Bhakti poto narana and niyato navikena. Paramahansa is a boat. तत्पादपोतेन महत्कृतेन कुर्वन्ति गोवत्सपदं भवाब्धिं गोवत्सपदं भवाब्धिं. The whole samsara is crossed as if it is a small puddle made by a calf's hoof, a small pit. Govatsapadam bhavabdhim. So, according to Vedanta Shastra, liberation is obtained only through jnana or bhakti yoga, etc. But Father Seva of the Lord is enough to liberate one. This was Brahma says very clearly. So, only, and who can do Padha Sevanam? One is blessed by Guru, one who is blessed by an Acharya. How to get an Acharya? Only through Satsanga. Right? So, by Satsanga, one gets an Acharya. And through Acharya's grace, one gets your grace. And then he can cross this ocean through Sharanagati. Atapite deva padambujadaya prasadaleshanugrighitaye vagi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimna nachanyaye kopi chiram vichimbande. The simple way, the simple method, simplest method is to serve your lotus feet. Serve your lotus feet means serve Bhagavata. That is the simplest process. Very simple. All you have to do is simplest process. That is what is required here. And that should not be a problem. Right? This is the process given by Brahma himself, Mahalakshmi herself, Prahlada himself. Serving the Bhagavatas. Sadbhritya Bhritya Paricharaka Bhritya Bhrityasya Bhritya Itimam Smara Lokanatha. Right? This is what is given by the Lord. Process, very simple process. So that is why our Acharya has given us a one beautiful technique by which we always remember that it is only for the pleasure of the Lord and His devotees that I am doing this. Bhagavan eva svaniyam yasarupastuti pravritti sujeta degaradena nenatpana katra sugiyacha vagarnai swaradhineka priyojana paramurada sarvadeshi sri appati sujeta bhutamidam sandhya vandanakyam karma swasmai suprite same, whatever it is, karyati karitavan. Ramanuja has kept his sattvika tyagam everywhere, in every karma. Right? What does Devaki say, mother of Krishna? A man runs here and there because he is afraid of death. Anytime the serpent of death can bite me. He runs here and there madly, and he transmigration, he undergoes transmigration in this world, other worlds, right? He is not free from fear of death, right? But you are the original person, you are the original supreme cause. Anybody who does service to your lotus feet, right, due to some past punya karma, then automatically death runs away from him, departs from him, and death is afraid of him. In fact, Yama is afraid of such a devotee. Right? Yama himself says, Yama himself says, Parihara Madhusudana Prapannan Prabhuraham Andyanranam Navaishnavanam. So I am not Prabhu of, I am not the boss of Vaishnavas, right? I am not the boss of those who are the devotees of Vishnu. I am their servant. Prabhuraham Andyananam Navaishnavanam. This is the most secret part, right? Mrityu Vyala Bhitaha Palayan. One runs one birth to another birth due to various fear. He's afraid of death. He runs here and there. Palayan lokan sarvan. Lokan sarvan. He runs through different loka, different spheres of the world, different lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuloka, Maholoka, Tapoloka, etc. Nirbhayam nadya gacchate tatpadajyam prapya. After attaining your lotus feet, you become nirbhayaha. Shete mrityuhu asmadayati. And then he's very happy. Nirbharo nirbhayosmi. Vedanta Deshika says this, right? Nirbhayo nirbhaya. I'm not afraid of anything. Bhayabhaya vidayano jagati yandi dejastitaha. Tadeta tadilangida dirhuna shambhu shakradikam ramasaka madimahe. Kimapi rangadhuryam maha. Ramasaka madimahe. Kimapi rangadhuryam maha. Right? So, if you want to escape the fear of death, you have to do Padha Sevanam. You have to do devotional service to the lotus feet of the Lord and His devotees. This is unequivocally stated in all the scriptures, spiritual scriptures. So, devotional service to the Lord and His devotees. By any way, in any way, you can go to a temple, clean the temple, or give some monetary donation, or do a physical service, or do some parayanam, or pray to the Lord. You go to the house of a devotee and then do whatever devotional service you can do, manasa, vacha, karmana, or through money, anything can be done. And that's enough. That's also a Padha Sevanam. That can liberate us to what Prahlada says, Padha Sevana Bhakti. So, simple procedure. Unfortunately, human being is so complicated that we complicate things and think, oh, how it is possible? You just do some service to devotee, how can you get liberated? Not so easy. We complicate things. We think all the rules of the world or the universe, the laws are very complicated. Not necessary. Perumal can simplify the entire working of the whole universe by simple laws. Right? Satya Kama, Satya Sankalpa. So he is Avakta Samartha Kama. Satya Sankalpa. So he can do everything by Sankalpa. So he has got that Agatita Gatana Samartha. Right? So all we have to do is pray to the Lord very sincerely to give us that Padha Sevana Bhakti, devotion in the lotus feet of Alvars and Acharyas. Only through such a simple device we can do Sharanagati, and then even after Sharanagati, what are we going? Atra paratra cha pe nityam vedi charano sharanam madiyam. Either here or there. Right? We will be doing devotional service to the lotus feet of our Acharyas and Bhagavatas, right? That is what is moksha. And if we can get that place here itself, then that is Vaikuntha is here. Simple as that. Okay. Question over time. Any questions? Was it clear? Audio was clear?
Yes, sir.
Questions or doubts, please.
I mean, I have got a very basic, maybe very, very stupid question. Forgive my ignorance.
Okay.
They were mentioning about Padha Sevana actually.
Yeah.
Do we actually what Padha Sevana is actually more important for me? Is it like Acharya Padha Sevana or is it Perumal's Padha
Obviously,
Sevana?
quite obvious. Sadbritya, Britya, Paricharaka, Britya, Brityasya, Britya. That's what I said. Savishuddha Acharya, Supreme. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Because Bhagavat Kainkaryatyam Yellai Nilam Bhagavata Kainkar. Vedanta says. So that is the utmost. That is why Rama had to go all the way, walk all the way to searching for Shabari, because Shabari's Acharya Bhakti drew him to her hut. Avandya Mahima Munijana Bhajana Mudita Hridaya Karura Shabari Moksha Sakshi Bhuta. So Rama had to walk all the way Shabari's ashram. Simply because
So,
of
Acharya,
Acharya.
so Acharya's Paduka is considered far more superior than Perumal's Paduka, correct?
Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
No doubt
So
about
if,
it.
so if that is the case, actually, why does actually, like Bharata had to, like take Rama's Paduka? So can't he take, like Vasishta's Paduka, because it is their Acharya, like it is Rama's and Lakshmana's Acharya who is actually, Vasishta. So can't they take his Paduka rather than Rama's Paduka?
Bharata came to Chitrakoot with a vow that I will bring back Rama at any cost. That was the vow, right? So, and he couldn't bring Rama back. So he brought a representative for Rama. Rama sent as a representative, Paduka. That was the aim. Bharata didn't go there to do some devotional service. Bharata wanted to bring Rama back because he thought he was the cause of his exile. At any cost, I'll bring him back. Otherwise, I won't return to Ayur. That's all. So that was the vow. So he tried his level best. Rama said, Dharma, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. So he said, okay, I will send as my representative my Paduka. And he was happy to get Rama Paduka. And then he ruled the kingdom on behalf of Rama, right? That is the actual reason, right? That is the original reason. So the original purpose was to bring back Rama, right, at any cost. So doing, anyway, Vasishta was also, Vasishtopi Mahateja, Vasishta was happy, so happy that he remained with Bharata and he was also doing Kankaryam, Ramapada Kankaryam, Ramapada Seva Durandaraha, right? So Vasishta was also happy. So that way he pleased Vasishta and all the Maharshis, all his mothers, and he pleased everybody by doing devotional service to Ramapadaka. That is why Vedanta Tika said, Bharata's devotion is supreme. Bharataya param namostu tasmai. So he pleased Vasishta by bringing Ramapadaka. Vasishta was pleased. So what is the problem? So more pleased. Vasishta would not have been happy if his Padakas had taken. So Vasishta became more happy because Ramapadakas were ruling the kingdom. So that way, Bharata pleased Rama and all his devotees. That's why Bharataya param namostu tasmai. Clear?
Dhanyas,
Any other doubts? Any other questions?
Adian, please don't hesitate to ask any kind of question, Adian. Adian's request to all Bhagavatas. So whatever question you may have, it may help other Bhagavatas too. So please don't hesitate to ask any kind of questions, because we are in the satsang. There is no question that is above or beyond. So please ask any question that you may have. Adian, ask.
Yeah. No problem. நீர் இப்படி சொல்லிட்டு நான் மசாலா தோசை எப்படி பண்ணுங்க நான் எப்படி பதில் சொல்லுது
Adian.
இந்த சப்ஜெக்ட்லாம் சொல்லும் நீர் வர
Adian.
Yes. I'm not a Sarvagya. Anyway, when you ask questions, I will also have intense desire to clarify that doubt from some Vidwan, and then you can answer it. Yeah. Any other questions, please? Anybody else?
Yeah, one another question from me, from Adian. Shamikanam again for the ignorance.
Yeah, no problem.
So can, according to, to this actually, can we safely say that, Acharya Paduka Sevana would have been, followed for many generations, even before Rama's or even before Bharata's, even before that rule actually. However,
Yes.
Bharata was the first person to have brought the importance of the Pada Sevana to everyone, so that common man like us can understand the importance.
Exactly. That's why Vedanta is a Supreme Court, right? Whatever Vedanta is supreme. Because he is a Vedanta Acharya. We don't know all the Vedas, we don't know Vedantas. He is a Vedanta Acharya. Only he is a Supreme Person. He is a Supreme Personality. He says Pratama Udaharanaya. Right? Second verse of Padagata. Pratama Uda, first example. So Bharata said first example. Pratama Udaharanaya Bhakti Bhajam, Pada Sevana Bhakti. The first person to show to the world about the glories of Padukas, Acharya Bhakti, Acharya Seva, Pada Sevana, everything. So Bharata is supreme. And the beautiful commentary by Nammandavan is that Bharata is none other than Nathamani, because Nathamani in this Kali Yuga, although he was perfect in Bhakti Yoga, he could see the Lord dancing in his heart, through his dhyana. Such a powerful yogi. He performed Sharanagati. He was the first one to demonstrate in this Kali Yuga that Sharanagati is the easiest way and supreme way to reach the Lord at the earliest. Pratama Udaharanaya, first example. This is the commentary of Namada, right? It's not Bharata. He says, it refers to Nathamani because Nathamani propagated this sampradaya by Bhava, Raga, Tala. Bha-ra-ta. That is the beautiful inner meaning of Bharata. Namandam's Vyakya commentary. So he was the first one in this Kali Yuga because Namadvar just the beginning of Kali Yuga and almost touching the Sandhi, Yuga Sandhi, that is Dwapara Yuga, right? 48 days after Dwapara Yuga. So, and then in this Kali Yuga, Nathamani came and then Nathamani practiced Bhakti Yoga. Then he knew Bhakti Yoga. Although he was Bhakti Yoga Nishta, although he was capable of reaching the Lord through his Bhakti Yoga, but he performed Prapatti Yoga. So the first one to demonstrate that Sharanagati is the easiest way for all of us. Although he could have done Bhakti Yoga. Even Namadvar himself, right? Munnadiked amarndu pugundene. Namadvar, although he was a yogi, greatest yogi, he didn't do Bhakti Yoga. Namadvar did Prapatti. Munnadiked amarndu pugundene. To show us, set up an example that Kali Yuga, the simplest way to attain the Lord is Sharanagati. Surrender. So first example, as you said, Bharata, the first example to show us that Rama Pada Seva, he is the Rama Paduka Sevaka. That's why the background is Rama, Lakshmana, Sita and Hanuman. He is the first Rama Paduka Sevaka. And before him, always doing, but it was very secret. It became revealed to the world through Bharata. That is why he is the first. But not that it wasn't there before. It was there, but it was in a very subtle form, secret form. Even before Ramanuja, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya is there. It was very subtle. It was not open to all the people. And it was the will of the Lord to open the treasure to everybody. His wish, his sankalpa. Satyakama, Satya Sankalpa. Sakaletara Virachana, Artikalpaka, Patsaka, Kakutsta, Simanne, Narayana, Purushottama, Siranganatha, Mamanatha. Namostute. It was his divine will. So he opened the treasury to all of us. That is a Pratama. As you said, very rightly you gave the answer. Pratama first. Bharata is the first one. Kali Yuga reveal the Pada Sevana Bhakti. Although in Krita Yuga, Prahlad has already mentioned it. That was in Satya Yuga, right? Long back. Pada Sevana. It was even secret. It was very subtle, very secret. It was not revealed easily. Yeah. Any other question?
Sorry, one more question actually. As Devarit had, taken up the topic of Ramanuja and also, Nadamuni as well. Nadamuni actually is actually the grandfather of Ramanuja's Acharya.
Yeah, Yamunacharya. Alavanda, right.
Yeah. So Swami would have been born like 900, 1100 or 1200 years
Yeah.
before.
Correct.
So it was actually none other than our Nadamani, who had, because of him, we had received all the 4,000, pasurams,
Correct,
actually,
correct,
uh,
correct.
prabandhams. So before that, actually, what kind of practices were followed in the temple? Was no pasurams recited? Was, was one,
Lost. It was
was
lost.
important of
Nalayaram was lost. Nalayaram was lost. Nalayaram is, the beginning of Dwapara Yuga. That is the end of Dwapara Yuga and beginning of Kali Yuga, right? The Alvars. So, in the due course of time, in the passage of time, the 4,000 was lost. Only 10 pasarams were remaining. In Katumannar Goil, when Nathamani, incarnated, they went to Kumbakonam, Tirukulambe Aram Dharma. That is why it's called Dravida Shruti Darshakaya Namaha. He was the one who gave us Nalayana, Aram Dharma. So it's called Advan also. Another reason. It was lost in the due course of time. We lost so many things. For example, Vedanta Deshika wrote so many things about Bhugola Nirnayam on the geography. He wrote books on astronomy. He wrote books on, just the Chakara Samartha. Why that Cha has been put in the shloka? Vinashaya Cha Dushkruta. Paritrana is the main aim of the Lord coming here incarnating to protect his devotees. And Vinashaya Cha, why Cha? Why that? Also, Cha means also. Why did he put that Cha? So he wrote a Grantham on that we lost. So many things we lost. It is recent past. Although Talapatra lipis were there, palm leaf writing is there, right? Forget about it. Even in the digital era, even now we have lost so many things, right? Because we didn't practice or we didn't give importance, whatever it is. So many books have been lost even after printing has come into existence. That is because of lack of our Shraddha, lack of our Bhagyan, whatever it is, lack of our karma, whatever it is. So it was lost. Perumal himself says, the Bhagavad Gita is not new. It has been told long back by me to Vivaswan. Imam Vivaspade Yogam Praptavan Ahamabhyam. Don't think that I am telling this first time to you. I have told long back to Vivaswan. Vivaswan Manadeva Praha Manu Rikshvaka Vibhravi. Vivaswan told to Manu, Manu told to Ikshvaku. This again I am repeating it to you. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Sakaleneva Magata Yogo Nashtaha Param Tapaha. In the due course of time, the yoga was lost. Now again, I'm giving it back to you. This is what Krishna says in Dwapara Yuga. So even lakhs of years back, it was there. It was lost in between. So again, Punaruddharanam, again it's coming back. Like that, Nalayaram were lost because nobody were there to practice or teach. Because in those days, there was a restriction that one has to learn the raga and tala to chant Thiruvamidi. Pallandu, pallandu, pallajirattandu. Palagodi Nurayiram Mallanda Tinto Manivanna. How many will know Raga and Tala? It was lost. Again, Nathamari brought it back. Kalam Balangi, Tamil Vari, Inise Tanda Vendal. Again, due course started declining. Raman said, forget about Raga and Tala, at least you chant in the general way, like a prose. Land, Valland, Valayirattan, Lavagodi Nurayiram. Even now, even for that, people are not there. For example, generally the Purohits, they come and call, they complain that we don't have people to chant even Koil Ramadi, Nityan Sundar, even after seeing the book. So it's declining. Like that, it was lost. And before, and Nathamani could hear only 10 pasanams. 10,000 were live out of 4,000. And those 10,000 are Aramade. He caught hold of the last person. Last pasanam. Kodalil Mariyachanna Vorajirathul Ippatham. He just immediately caught hold of that Bhagavad. 10 out of 1,000. Where is the other 990? He said, I don't know. You can't find out in Alvatri Nagari. So he went there. Nobody knew. Then they said there is a person in the parampara of Madhuragavi Alvar. Catch hold of him. So he went and caught hold of him. He didn't leave. So those pasurams, Aramadalvan pasaram is so melodious and attracting him that he felt a love, intense love to know the entire 1,000 pasarams at any cost. And caught hold of again Padha Sevanam. He touched the lotus feet of the person who was in the parampara of Madhuragavi Alvar and then he begged him to teach him the Kaninu Chiruttambu. Then he did penance, doing along with his Jita Karmasthana, he did Japam. 12,000 times. He got Nammalva Sakshatkaram and then got back all 4,000 in the Yoga Dasha. It's something like a memory transfer, like a Bluetooth, right? But in second he got everything and then he handed out. To this day, it's existing. And in the due course, it will wane slowly. And again, some Mahapurusha will come and again Punaruddham, because the Lord knows how to resurrect these lost things, right? Knowledge, according to his will. So, time to time, great Mahans like Nathamani will come, they do tapasya and then hand it over to the posterity. So, because of that, I find Shitalam Guru Santatim, the Perumal Daya itself comes in the form of Acharya. So, probably they might have chanted only the Vedas and this can pass around for Nathamani's time. Later on, we have been chanting this Tirumali and 4,000. Adhyanotam is going on to this day with great pomp and show in spite of all government regulations. And that is the grace of Nammalvar upon us. Right? Am I answering your question? Yeah. Anybody else? Any other question? Yeah. Yeah. No other questions?
Hello.
Okay.
Just one question. So sorry,
Yeah, please.
sorry for my
No problem.
ignorance. In this lifestyle that specifically I'm living, with working for 8 hours or more, taking care of the kids. In between that, how can we spend a good time towards Paduka service or devotional
You
service?
are already doing it, right? You are already doing it now. How are you doing it?
This is like once in a while.
How are you
but
doing
how
it?
can I
Because
do?
he wanted you to spend time because he loves you more than you love him, right? So how did you bring him to you at this time? How are you doing it? This is a great penance, in fact. Being in samsara, being in the ocean, you have been swimming across the ocean and then taking care of the children, the family, monetary needs, so many material needs, and then it's like swimming along with the sharks in the ocean. But Perumal's grace is with you that you are traveling in the boat. Otherwise, you cannot get. Very simple. So, it's very simple. The very fact that you are in the satsang shows Perumal has chosen all of us, right? Otherwise, we can't be here. So, His grace is upon us. We don't worry about that. He needs people, right? Something like you want. He wants you more than we want him, because we are his children. A mother loves the child more than the child. Mother's love is more greater than a child's love to mother, right? They always say in Tamil also, right? Pettamanam pittu pillai manam kalu. We are all pillai. He is Pettamanam. So he knows. He knows how to take care of. All we need is that we should understand his grace. That's very simple. How graceful, how merciful is he giving us a golden opportunity in this samsara where people would like to spend time, just like it's 1 hour. People couldn't say that. In 1 hour, I can earn 10,000 rupees just writing some machine code for some company. But that 1 hour you spent here is something like for the Lord is like billions of years that you have spent for him. That's how he sees. In his vision, in his intention, that you have spent more than a yuga, because you have spent 1 hour. You don't worry about it. All you have to do is to simply pray to Acharyas to put us in a track, in such a track that the Lord will be more pleased with us. You are worthy son. You are my worthy. Lord should give us Vaikuntha not because Andavan has said or Aishingar has said or Parakaran. Thou should give us Vaikuntha considering as the most eligible candidate to go into the Vaikuntha. Please make me like that. Sannyasa Dasakam is the only way. You make me a good devotee. It's your responsibility. I am not a good devotee. I know I am not a good devotee. I am not a sincere devotee. You make me sincere. You should be proud to take me to Vaikuntha. Not just because you love me, although I am ineligible, don't take me away like that. You make me an eligible candidate here itself. And then take me to Vaikuntha. That is what Vedanta teaches, right? Nishiddha kamya rahitam kuruma Nitya Kinkaram. So we don't know how to pray. Only they can also tell us how to pray. Sometimes people say, like, you want to face the interview, I'll give you training. They give training also. How to face the interview. They will ask question, like you give the answer. Like that, our Acharya has trained us here. This is the training. This is the result of the training, that we have a WebEx meeting here. Using the Kali's technology, you are using the technology of the Kali Yuga, by which people get more spoiled rather than getting reformed. We are using such a Rakshasa media, demoniac media, to get satsang. Is that not a great achievement? That is the will of the Lord. That is the sankalpa of the Lord. So, you keep on praying. You make me in such a way that I spend some time for you, for the devotees. Maybe half an hour or 5 minutes, whatever it is. Perumal is pleased. Unless Perumal is pleased, one thing you remember, unless Perumal is pleased, you can't be here. Very simple. You can't be a satsang. He will not give you satsang. He will give you moksha, but not satsang. Because Shankaracharya says this, I am not saying this. Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatattvam, nischalatattve jivan mukti. He is not, sir, I am not saying this. Shankaracharya, who can else say? Who is more eligible to say this? So, jivan mukti, that is, the Vaikuntha, you can get Vaikuntha just simply through satsanga. That will be just associate yourself with the satsanga. That's nothing else. So, all we have to do is just look at the notice, information given by Suresh Sampath. That's all. And then pray to God that we are elected in the right time, the right moment. Because he is burning his night lamp. He and his wife and family.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I always do. I follow like a Twitter follower. I follow Suresh all the time.
So you are in the most favorite list of the Lord. Why are you bothered about it? So you are associated with the devotees here. So very clear. It's a declare evidence, right? Proof that the Lord loves us, keeping us on his lap and then giving his anubhava, giving his experience. How much he loves us, right? If we can feel, even just a little bit of it, how much he loves us, enough. Our life is transformed automatically. How much he loves, in spite of we going away from him, he pulls us. Every available opportunity, he takes us into every opportunity. That is his daya. And all we have to do is just to follow, to understand his daya. That's all. If we can understand, there's more than enough. He is showering always. The sun is always shining throughout the globe. How are we receiving it? How much are we receiving it? According to our capacity, right? It's raining. How much you can hold is daya. So that depends upon our Acharya Bhakti. The more Acharya Bhakti, the more you become a very big vessel. Patram. You become a Ramanuja Daya Patram. Everybody's Patram. Ramanuja Daya Patram. Who can hold Ramanuja Daya? Only Deshikan can hold. Only Perumal can hold it. That's why he is Ramanuja Daya. Everybody cannot hold it. It's a flood. Ramanuja Daya is a flood. Right? Its Daya is such a big flood that it can flush out all the living and take back to Vaikuntha. So only one can hold that Daya. That is Perumal. Ramanuja Daya Patram. Perumal's Daya only Perumal can hold. Who else can? So very clearly shows Bhagavad Avtaram both are. Right? Like that, make us a patram of the grace of the devotees. Every one of you is a Bhagavata. Else you won't be here. As simple as. So keep in touch with this Bhagavata. Come what may, join the sub. Pray to Lord. That also grace has to be there. He said. We also should have a desire, little bit desire. And Perumal's grace also should be there. Then only we can join in satsang. Otherwise we cannot be in satsang. So definitely we have both. We have a desire to join and Perumal has fulfilled it. Very simple. 50-50. One Padaka is our desire, one Padaka is his will. Otherwise we can't be here. It's impossible. Right? With our tapasya we cannot be in satsang. All our tapasya, we cannot be in a satsang. We need his grace. I heard somewhere in an Ayodhya was hearing a lecture that Vibhishana was alone near Dusanga. Right? Not a single soul was supporting Vibhishana. Of course, except of course his family, Sarama and Trijata members. So Hanuman thought, it seems, according to Tulsidas, this saint should not be here. The saint should be with Rama, because Rama will be more happy if he is with. So because of his grace, that kataksham, that thought, immediately Vibhishana Sharanagati was accepted. Hanuman, because that is Hanuman is a life giver. Hanuman only is the oxygen for Perumal also, right? Even for Siya Rama Lakkhana Sita Manu Basiyaye. So Hanuman resides in the heart of Sita Rama Lakshmana. Siya Rama Lakkhana Sita Manu Basiyaye. So they always think of Hanuman because Hanuman is the greatest devotee. Because he believes only in Rama, nothing else. For him, there is nobody God, no other God other than Rama. Even if he comes in the form of Krishna, he doesn't accept. That is the Nishtha. Right? Like Thandaripadiyavar. He doesn't accept any Archa. Only Ranganatha is God. Tiruvangaramadiyanada, he doesn't accept. That is the Nishtha. That is a staunch, like a laser beam, right? Bhakti should be like, my Vadugur Rama, my Perumal, and my Rajagopal, my Ranganatha, my Ram. So that type of devotion. Perumal will give us, Acharya will give. It's all with you. Why are you? It's with you. We have to pray that it should become magnified, should become amplified, not get attenuated due to samsara. I feel fortunate that I'm fortunate because I am in your sprung of such a wonderful people, right? So I'm not doing any job like you. You were slogging 8 hours, 10 hours, taking care of children, kids, so many problems, swarming around in the brain. The billions of neurons are completely, bulging with so many ideas, so many thoughts. Still, you have time for Perumal. Grace, isn't it? It's a grace, particularly in a material world, like highly Maya acts there in the US or Europe, wherever it is, comparatively more. Their Maya is ready to attack you. And you are able to do bhakti. You are more pure than us. In our people, in our area, Maya is not so powerful in India. It is a land of saints. So what about those people? So you are more lucky than us. So I should fold my hand before you all for giving yours. Any other question?
Again, if we don't have any question, we'll wind up tonight's session again, because
we can frame questions today, but tomorrow we can have.
Again.
No problem, we can continue. No problem. Thank you again. Kavitarke Simhaya Kalyan Gopalni Srimate Venkatesha Vedanta Guru Namaha. Jai Sasana. Thank you for your encouraging me, encouraging a child.
Again, Kritagengal for they for this much, at this time, it's almost 11:15 in India. So for this late, you're giving this opportunity.
Bhagya. Dasan, Dhanyasmi, Ella Bhagadar, and humble obeisance, the lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas.
Dhanyasmi Swami.
Jai Jai Sri Krishna.